Hey guys, Scott Adams here again. So today I wanted to throw some vocabulary out there. As we onboard more and more merchants to things like rapid dispute resolution, Inform, Order Insight, or Compelling Evidence 3, one of the key problems is the fact that these are driven not by descriptors like former products or other products, but by bins and by CAIDs. And these are really confusing, and you would think that your processor might know, but oftentimes they don't, and it can be real interesting getting those. And there's different ways to do it, but the fastest way is to actually know what those are and be able to explain it as you're asking for it or you're trying to find it. So just first, so the bin and the CAID. The bin is in this case, it's not the 6-digit number that's on the front of your credit card. This is actually a different bin. It's the bank identification number. Yes, same definition. But in this case, though, it's an acquirer's bin. So every acquirer or processor, they have, in many cases, their own bins. And then all their merchant accounts connect to this. And then in Visa terms, the CAID, the card acceptor ID, that's kind of like your merchant account ID. And the bin is kind of like the bank that is underwriting that transaction. So, or that merchant account. Now, as far as where to find these, so they can be difficult to find, like I said. One common place could be in your VAR sheet. So, if you're working with an ISO or somebody like that, you'll get a VAR sheet oftentimes, and it'll have a bunch of numbers on it. And most of the time, you just pass it on to your gateway or you plug them into your gateway. But the other use is for this. So, for some, it'll literally say bin and CAID. Most of them say bin. They don't all say CAID. And what I find more and more is that with the CAID, it's different with every different acquirer, but it's more specific to the processing network. In some cases, it is literally your merchant ID. In other cases, it's like, if I remember right at Chase, for example, it was the TID and the CID. Sometimes it's your merchant ID with more zeros or less zeros. So it can be super confusing. But, at least at Fraud Deflect, we work with a number of different partners like this, and we're starting to figure out the pattern that different banks or different processing networks, that way we can more easily find them. Now, if that doesn't work, there are other ways to do it. So you can find it by descriptor. It just takes more time. So, the Verify will have to actually work at their customer support, has to research and figure it out. You can also do it by ARN. And this is also something that's difficult to get sometimes. Depends on the situation. So like if you're using Stripe or a company like that, oftentimes the ARN's not available. But you can ask for it. So don't give up, just ask. And the same, descriptors, they can look it up. It just takes time. So if you need to move fast, you've got to make sure to actually get your bin and CAID. Let us know if you need help. And, if you're moving slower or just don't have a choice, you can do it by descriptor and ARN. So if you can't find it, it doesn't stop you from using these services. But, the good thing about them, though, is that, descriptors are nice because they're easy to find. But bin and CAID is good because it's exact. Once we get it, then the system generally works and works very well. And you don't miss alerts or miss inquiries because it's based on those bin and CAIDs. Whereas descriptors are a little less exact. But yeah, so just talk to your processor, talk to your ISO, your banks, and over time I think this will get better. But if you're having trouble finding it, just ask, and we'll help you figure it out. All right, hope this helps. Thanks a lot.